Kazakhstan has chosen the multi-vector integration. Its trends, collisions, and prospects are coming up in the Single Market program.
Today in the program, what can the rating of internet accessibility tell? Kazakhstan's defense market, experience of local company, water resources in Central Asia, realities and perspectives. No just packaging or great expectations of medium-sized businesses. Hello, I'm Yerke Balan, Bik Mukhambet. You're watching the Single Market program. Digitalization is a new format not only for the economy but also for society as a whole. The internet is one of its basic elements. For developing countries, access to its resources creates additional motivation for the population to master the digital format. Therefore, the data published in the Internet Accessibility Rating by the Information Analytical Agency Content Review seem to us rather interesting. Proposals for internet services for 137 operators in 50 countries were analyzed in that research.
В этом исследовании были проанализированы предложения на услуги интернета от 137 операторов в 50 странах мира.
So the average cost of 1 gigabyte of mobile internet worldwide is $4.47. When calculating the cost of gigabytes, tariffs, which include traffic of 3 gigabytes or more, were taken into account. In each of the countries, tariffs for the 4 largest operators were considered. The average value of the cost of gigabytes was used in the final calculations.
А в итоговых расчетах использовалось среднее значение стоимости гигабайта. Самый дешевый интернет в мире.
The cheapest internet in the world is in Iran. Here the cost of 1 gigabyte is less than 9 cents. For comparison, in Japan you will have to pay more than $13 for the same traffic. For the same $13 in Iran, you can download 144 gigabytes, in Kazakhstan more than 16 gigabytes, and in Russia about 13 gigabytes.
12 гигабайт.
Poland takes a second place in terms of affordable internet. This country jumped 13 positions in a short time. The main factor in reducing the price of mobile internet is the increased competition between operators.
Третью строчку занимает Венесуэла.
Venezuela is in the third place. Kazakhstan is in the fourth. The average cost of mobile internet in the Republic was about 80 cents per 1 gigabyte. Today, 4 operators work here, although 2 of them operate in a joint venture.
Совместного предприятия. Вместе с Казахстаном в топ-10.
Another country of the Eurasian Economic Union, Russia, was included in the top 10 of the cheapest mobile internet along with Kazakhstan. It is in the 8th place. The cost of internet services in the Russian market is slightly more than $1 per 1 gigabyte.
1 гигабайт. Ну и назовем страны с дорогим интернетом. Перечислим их по степени.
Let me name the countries with expensive internet. I will list them by the degree of increase in cost. Switzerland and the United Arab Emirates, South Korea and Japan, where the highest prices are fixed. Instead of a resume, according to experts, mobile operators are facing a big challenge today, the perspective of mastering 5G. Compared with the transition of 4G, its implementation will require tremendous efforts and investments. So there will be a lot of adjustments in the upcoming ratings. That's it. Alexander Galiev for Single Market. The military-industrial complex is one of the most innovative, susceptible segments of economy. Precisely this industrial complex tested most of the advanced technologies that appeared in the world market at different times. I wonder how the military-industrial complex of our republic reacts to the innovations, and what enterprises are competitive today in the market of defense products. Today, various demonstration sites show how the world market of weapons, defense systems, and training facilities for military specialists is developing, and what is on demand in this market. These are parades in which Army units and equipment take part. Specialized exhibitions where the latest developments of the military-industrial complex are presented. International military exercises involving various structures that provide national and regional security. World history shows that the greatest threat in modern realities is local conflicts in a limited space. Today, this factor must be taken into account by all structures that are responsible for the security of their countries and regions. This year, the Collective Security Treaty Organization exercise was held under the auspices of anti-terrorist tactics. Special units of Russia, Belarus, Armenia, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Kazakhstan took part in them. This time, special attention was paid to new technologies that provide combat readiness. Therefore, the participants were guided by the well-known principle, show yourself and look at others. This is the experience. They look at us, we look at them. I believe that, of course, we should organize such exercises. The framework can possibly be expanded. For example, using the polygon for its intended purpose in full. The local nature of situations which poses a security threat requires new approaches in the choice of technical means and in training specialists capable of managing them effectively. Therefore, in one of the special units of Kazakhstan, a tactical training center was established, which presents a digital arsenal necessary for the training process. There are 4 areas with simulators of driving and shooting here. What do the simulators allow us to do? Firstly, it is safe to train soldiers. Secondly, you save resources such as fuel and lubricants, ammunition and time. These simulators allow you to create a virtual script where various parameters are input. For example, the terrain, the time of day, the weather, an emergency situation. In these conditions, the necessary skills are developed. Such an approach allows to train quickly, safely, and with minimal cost, as well as assesses the degree of training of personnel objectively. In this training and tactical center, simulators of armored troop carrier, KAMAZ, Ural multimedia shooting range with a reciprocal fire, the laser imitation of shooting system are installed. Foreign delegations from both the CSTO countries and abroad highly appreciated the work of the center and its technical arsenal. They were surprised that this is used here in Kazakhstan. We hosted many delegations from France, Belarus, China, and Turkey who saw all this. Each item has the label made in Kazakhstan and trademark of the manufacturer. All the equipment presented in the center was produced at the Kazakh enterprise Almaty and Negros service, where they use a full range of additive technologies such as laser cutting and 3D format scanning, printing, and modeling. Therefore, in conditions of digitalization, military departments and law enforcement agencies of the Republic are interested in such high-tech products. The localization of production in Kazakhstan guarantees protection from operation timers and mobile service. It is convenient in terms of location. If a part breaks for any reason, the company will come, provide its specialists, adjust, provide training to our specialists at the base. That is the production cycle. Training and repair are fully adapted. Another important factor is the price. Kazakh equipment is cheaper than its foreign analogs, even if it comes to products with technical parameters and specific requirements that are formed by a specific customer, since the structures are usually not interested in individual deliveries.
Если технологический цикл замкнут, да, если он локализован полностью.
If the technological cycle is closed, it is completely localized and the products are in the replication phase. The price becomes lower. The more products, the lower the cost. That is the law of the market.
Больше продукции, в смысле, тем меньше стоимость. То есть это закон рынка.
The optimal price-quality ratio of high-tech products created the prerequisites for their entry into the foreign market. Production of a simulator for the Defense Department of one of the Middle East countries is among the new orders. The export contract was gained in fierce competition.
In this tender, more than 7 countries participated, and Almaty Energo Service from Kazakhstan is one of the company. And we participated in the tender, and after technical evaluation, we were accepted.
Today, the register of the Ministry of Defense and Aerospace Industry of Kazakhstan includes 36 enterprises, 9 of which are expected to be modernized. The volume of products that they produce has grown by 14% over the past 2 years. The statistics could be more solid if the list of manufacturers included not only big enterprises, but also small and medium ones. For example, this one producing simulators. Today, the digital weather in the world is made by small-scale production that can adapt to new technological realities. As for defense products, this approach is very important.
At the
Astana Finance Days forum in July, there was a rather interesting thesis saying that the future of the world is based on 3 whales: water, technology, and people. Such words order emphasizes the role of water, which soon will act not only as a basic resource, but also as a basic condition for the survival of mankind. Therefore, experts urge countries to unite to solve the problems of water conservation, in particular those countries that are on the territory with an arid climate. Central Asia is one of such regions.
Центральная Азия – один из таких регионов.
Population growth, the development of production, and the expansion of the area of agricultural structures gradually turn water into a vital resource that has a real market price. There are several approaches for calculating this resource. One of them is the so-called price of inaction when it comes to the cost caused by the lack of consolidation of countries that own a shared water basin. What risks are hidden behind this price of inaction can be seen on climate change.
Kazakhstan's going to become hotter, much hotter, probably 10 degrees Celsius hotter. That means the winters aren't going to be as cold, but it means summer is going to be much, much drier as a result. That's going to require us to rethink how we manage the economy and the environment.
Along with climate change, environmental degradation, there are costs for the economy. First of all, for agriculture. In this regard, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and Kazakhstan, the countries that are located in the lower reaches of transboundary rivers, are most exposed to risks as the water comes to them from the neighboring countries. Therefore, according to experts, these republics need to jointly solve water use issues. There are various mechanisms of cooperation and interaction between Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan, and one of them is intergovernmental consultations between Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan that are regularly held. But the joint consultations are not enough today. The moment has come when more active actions are needed. At the same time, each country can change the situation within its national strategy. For example, in Kazakhstan, in the new agro-industrial development program, special attention is paid to irrigated agriculture. In the Republic of Kazakhstan, there are 2.1 million hectares of irrigated land. Of these, 1,400,000 hectares are actually used. The main reason for not using more than 700,000 irrigated lands is because of the water unavailability of those irrigated lands. This data indicates the economic losses are the reverse side of irrational use of water resources, primarily in agriculture. They are caused by the outdated system of farming, when the water consumption per unit of output is several times higher than in the world. Here, there is no other alternative, like the transition to modern technologies and rational water use. Such an approach will allow the region to save up to half the flow of transboundary rivers.
Less wastage of water, irrigation that doesn't lose water because you're putting everything through pipes and drip irrigation. These are actually part of the changes. So there's actually a huge amount to do here.
Considering that the agricultural sector is one of the key directions of economy in the Central Asian countries, it is not difficult to calculate what potential the region can have if agricultural producers will implement in the areas of irrigated agriculture the whole complex of rational water use, starting from the formation of modern infrastructure and ending with resource-saving technologies. We have the opportunity to make a profit of $4 billion for our region. This is almost the same as the countries of our region produce annually. That is, we can grow twice faster if we start to cooperate on water better, closer, and more efficiently. Not only environment and economy of the region will benefit from the joint efforts of countries to efficiently manage water resources, but it will be a good motivation for attracting foreign capital too, as investors will see the guarantee of stability throughout Central Asia in this cooperation. If we start to supply water to our irrigated land on time, we'll get more harvest. If we start working together and everyone sees that these countries unite and have found mutually beneficial cooperation, they will start investing here. Judging by the interest shown by the Central Asian republics to the prospects of partnership on efficient use of transboundary rivers, the exchange of experience in resource conservation, and the introduction of green technologies, the region is gradually beginning to change its approaches in these issues that are important in the global space. 25% of the total tax revenues to the budget of Kazakhstan come from the city of Almaty. In many respects, it's due to the small and medium enterprises that have a high share in the gross regional product. At the same time, the Almaty SMB makes a significant contribution not only to the country's budget, but also solves its own problems related to the development of production and the release of export products. But a popular present and promising future are hidden behind the external simplicity of this package. The fact is that such a material as paper has many advantages. It is environmentally friendly and it can be recycled. The Alma Pack plant mastered the production of paper bags for packing cement, dry glue, and other construction mixtures in 2007. Its production base is located in the territory of the industrial zone of Almaty. This location provided the enterprise with such preferences as access to ready engineering communications, tax benefits, and state support in the form of loans for the acquisition of high-tech equipment. There are two production lines, a BM-52 sleeve machine of Russian manufacture and a German machine that makes a ready bag. Everything is of the best quality here. Production lines, colors for printing, and raw materials that are bought abroad. Some people do not understand. They say that this is a lot of waste paper in Almaty. You cannot make a lasting package from waste paper. We need pure cellulose, and such white paper is produced only in Europe. Finished goods produced at this enterprise have a certificate of the Eurasian Economic Union. To confirm the reliability of the package, it was tested for durability. Paper bags filled with cement were dumped down from a multi-story building under construction, and they successfully passed this test. We provide with bags the entire domestic market in Kazakhstan, as well as Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Russia. Moreover, this product was able to break through such European countries as Turkey and Germany. The growth in the export supplies serves as an incentive for this enterprise to develop further. Today, the plant's facilities allow to produce up to 15 million packaging bags per year. They're going to double the output. In addition, there is a perspective of developing the production of paper bags for the food industry. To achieve this, a new technology line will be installed here. It will be purchased from a well-known European company. Anar Tastanbekova, Bakhidjan Bakhriev, especially for Single Market. That's it for today. Let me remind you that you can watch all our programs at www.kazakh-tv.kz. See you soon in the Single Market program.